Hello and greetings to everyone. We are to correct the following exercise for application on compound interest. For the following, find question A, the compound interest CI, B, the amount E. Question I, we have 40,000 francs CFA borrowed for 3 years at a rate of 8% per annum. Question I, the principal, the amount which is borrowed is 40,000 francs CFA time T is 3 years. The value of the rate R is 8. Answering this question, we are going to make use of the formula. We know the amount is equal to, take the principal times 1 plus the value of the rate all over 100. All this raised to the power T, where T is the time. By making use of this formula, the amount E will be equal to 40,000 francs CFA times 1 plus 8 all over 100. All this raised to the power T, which is 3. This will simply be equal to 40,000 francs CFA times, the number 1 can be expressed as 1 over 1 plus, simplifying 8 over 100 gives us 2 on 25, all this cube. This will be equal to 40,000 francs CFA times, the LCM of the denominators is 25. 25 divided by 1 is 25 times 1, 25, plus 25 divided by 1 is 1 times 2, 2 cube. This will be equal to 40,000 francs CFA times 25 plus 2 is 27 all over 25, all this cube. This will be equal to 40,000 francs CFA, can be expressed as 40,000 francs CFA over 1 times, you can break this, remember E over B, all this cube is the same as A cube on B cube, times 27 cube is 19,683 all over 25 cube, which gives us 15,625. This will simply be equal to 50,388 to 1 decimal place 0.5 francs CFA. But this will be the amount. Knowing the amount, we can find the compound interest. Given the amount to the nearest francs CFA, this will be approximately, since after performing the division, we had 50,388.48 francs CFA. Giving this to the nearest francs CFA, we are going to eliminate the fractional part. 4 is less than 5. We are going to round it down to 0. This will be approximately 50,388 francs CFA. Question A, we are asked to find the compound interest. Our compound interest is simply the amount minus the principal, and this will be equal to 50,388 francs CFA minus the invested amount, which is 40,000 francs CFE. Performing this subtraction, this will give us an amount of, this will give us a compound interest of 10,388 francs CFE. This is a compound interest. For B, we are asked to give the amount. The amount is simply what we calculated above, which is 50,388 francs CFE. Underline the answer. Then we move now to question 2I. 630,000 francs CFE borrowed for 2 years at a rate of 7% per annum. Let's answer this one by making use of the tabular method. We have the time. We do our calculations for the interest. Then the new principal. These are the things we need. The time, the first year, the principal P1 is equal to 630,000 francs CFE. The time for that first year is simply 1, and the value of our rate is 7. Now we can calculate the interest for the first year. I1 is equal to P1 times R times T on 100. And this will simply be equal to P1, which is 630,000 francs CFE, times R, which is 7, times T, which is 1. We divide all this by 100. This will be equal to 630,000 divided by 100 gives us 6,300. 100 divided by 100 gives us 1. We have to multiply 6,300 by 7, and this will give us 44,100 francs CFE. Knowing our I1, we can calculate the principal for the second year. P2 is simply equal to P1 plus I1, and this will be equal to 630,000 francs CFE plus I1, which is 44,100 francs CFE. This will be equal to 674,100 francs CFE. So this is the new principal for the second year of the investment. We go now to the second year. The second year, our P, the principal is P2, which is equal to 674,100 francs CFE. Value of our rate remains 7, and the time T is 1. We have to find I2. I2 is simply equal to P2 times R times T on 100. And this will simply be equal to 674,100 francs CFE times R, which is 7, times T, which is 1. We have to divide by 100. This will simply be equal to 674,100 divided by 100 gives us 6,741. 6,741 times 7 gives us 47,187 francs CFA. So this is the interest made by the principal P2, which is 674,100 francs CFA for the second year. Since the investment has a duration of 2 years, we are going to end at this level. Ending at this level, we can find the compound interest. Question E. Compound interest will simply be equal to I1 plus I2. This will simply be equal to, our I1 is 44,100 francs CFA. We are going to replace I1 with 44,100 francs CFA plus I2, which is 47,187 francs CFA. And this will be equal to 91,287 francs CFA. So this is the compound interest after 2 years. For B is asking us to find the amount. The amount is simply equal to the principal plus the compound interest. And this will be equal to the principal, which is the initial amount being invested, is 630,000 francs CFA plus the compound interest, which is 91,287 francs CFA. Performing this addition, we are going to obtain a result of 721,287 francs CFA. This is the total amount the lender will pay back. We go now to 3I. For 3I, $7,500,000 borrowed for 4 years at a rate of 5% per annum. We are going to answer this question by making use of the formula. We know the total amount is simply equal to the principal times 1 plus the value of the rate R, we divide it by 100, and we raise all this to the power T. The principal is equal to $7,500,000. The value of R, rate, which is 5, and the time T is 4 years. Knowing all this, we can easily find the amount. The amount will be equal to, we are going to multiply the amount being borrowed, which is $7,500,000 by 1 plus 5 all over 100, all this raised to the power 4. This will simply be equal to 7,500,000 times 1, which can be expressed as 1 over 1, plus 5 all over 100 can be simplified, and this will give us 1 on 20, all this raised to the power 4. This will be equal to $7,500,000 times the LCM of the denominators here is 20. 20 divided by 1 gives us 20 times 1, 20, plus 20 divided by 20 gives 1 times 1, 1. We raise all this to the power 4. This will be equal to $7,500,000 times 20 plus 1 is 21 on 20, all this raised to the power 4. This will simply be equal to $7,500,000, which can be expressed as $7,500,000 for 1 times 21 raised to the power 4, which gives us 194,481. Then we are going to divide by 20 raised to the power 4, and 20 raised to the power 4 gives us 160,000. This will be equal to multiplying 7,500,000 by 194,481 and dividing the result by 160,000 gives us an amount of 9,116,296.875 and this is approximately to the nearest dollars. This will give us 9,116,297 dollars. Knowing this amount, it is very easy for us to find the compound interest. For A, our compound interest is simply equal to, we are going to take the amount minus principal. The amount to the nearest dollars is 9,116,297 minus the amount which is borrowed, which is $7,500,000. This will give us compound interest of $1,616,297. This is a compound interest. B is asking us to give the amount which is already calculated. The amount A is equal to, you take the compound interest plus the principal, it goes back to $9,116,297. We are done with the exercises for application on compound interest. If in case you have any questions, feel free to leave your questions at the comment section. Please, you like the video, you share and subscribe to this channel. Thank you very much for watching.